I just hate being at my smallest. Like, so let's do a group picture and all hit a pose, and I'm like.
And then, so this is why you're always on the outside, right?
Of course.
You got to get that.
Got to get that outside wide lens, 20 extra wide lens, 20 pounds.
Aaron is so big. No, I don't care anymore, man.
Maybe it's
I
just
don't
me.
give a shit anymore. I used to give a shit. Like when I was making videos with Tony Huge, he had the nasty habit of only making content with me when I was on a cruise.
Right.
And then he would make me sit back.
Get that
sit
angle.
back here.
The
So Tony would be
angle,
here.
This one.
And then he would ask me questions. Luckily, all those videos are offline. It's one of the reasons why I decided, maybe I should start my own YouTube channel. I love you, Tony. You're crazy.
Yeah.
Muscle Nomads with Aaron.
What's up? No nicknames.
No
nickname Aaron.
Yeah, and it's Vigorous Steve, which has a nickname. What's up, guys? It's been a while. How have you been?
It's been a while. I've been very, very good, mate.
Awesome.
Very good. Getting refreshed, getting deloaded, feeling good. Just getting, just finding my little groove again after little injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
overall,
you tore your adductor having sex?
tore my adductor. I wish it was having sex. It wasn't. It was being an asshole thinking that I could do jiu-jitsu at 300 pounds, which was a terrible idea. Boxing was fine. Jiu-jitsu was not fine.
Mm-hmm. Got to stay in your lane, man.
I do have to stay in my lane. Agreed.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted, all 12 minutes. Kind of like sex.
Shortest. Yeah. Well, at least it's fair in that sense, right? Shortest career ever. 12 minutes of BJJ.
Yeah, I was winning.
Yeah, were you?
Well, maybe not.
Until you were on the floor screaming.
Yeah, tap out. Do you know what? I tried. I tried a couple classes before that. The reason I did that was mostly because I didn't really warm up properly. It was my own stupid fault. But I used to do jiu-jitsu. I competed back in the day. I was only a white belt, nothing special. But I noticed the size difference between like when I was boxing before and jiu-jitsu before to doing it now and being a considerable amount of weight. Probably, 80 pounds heavier.
That's a big difference.
It's a big difference. I was choking myself out. I was in positions where I was just in a position like shrimping.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu guys will know what shrimping is. When I'm sort of trying to shrimp out of position, keeping my chin tucked to my hands and my hands tight, and I'm struggling to breathe just because of nothing here. And at that moment, I was like, you'd think they were like, "Oh, dude, you're going to crush it in jiu-jitsu. All you have to do is get on top." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's easier said than done when you can't really move or breathe."
And these small guys are like little worms, they'll squeal out of every little hole.
On your back like little ferrets. It's like trying to catch a ferret. Little ferret fuckers. But they are very, very good. And they're good at that gym as well. So shout out to the Bangkok Fight Lab guys. Stop bullying me. But boxing wise is going well. All right. That was all right. So I can do that because I do enjoy. That's one thing I've incorporated now as a regular thing. Instead of just regular, treadmill cardio in the off season, less throughout the week, but 2 or 3 high intensity boxing sessions.
Right, yeah.
Because I feel like if you're going to do cardio in the off season, it's not for fat loss. It's for
cardiovascular.
cardiovascular health. So you might as well do something that's actually going to test that.
Right.
And my cardiovascular health improved dramatically in just a few months of boxing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I'm going to keep that in and just try not to injure myself. Okay. And I should be all right. So that will be the majority of my cardio. And it's way more fun as well.
And all that maxing out the adductor machine, it didn't help with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You still got injured.
Well, only because I didn't warm up. Yeah. Still got good adductors. Thankfully, it didn't completely tear off the bone, but...
Thank God for TB 500 and BPC 157.
Yeah, let's just say I healed real quick.
Yeah. I was there the same night, right?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at my pharmacy.
Steve, bring
all the drugs.
Bring everything. Yeah, I'm broken.
I had everything laying around.
Yeah. So Steve showed up, little goodie bag, BPC, TB 500, GHK copper. What else?
Anavar. The last little bit of pharmaceutical Anavar in existence in Thailand.
Damn, I miss Bonneville stuff.
Yeah.
Miss it.
Break yourself again and I'll have more.
Have you got more? You still
stashing? Of course I'm stashing.
Oh, God.
Alm sent me a message and said, "Hey, it's going out of stock. So give me whatever you have left."
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
As long as I know where it is.
Yeah. If I pass away prematurely, you can have it.
Just leave that in my will.
Yeah, it's in the will. Yes. Aaron has first dabs on the pharmacy drawer. If I do kick off, then you have first dabs.
Cheers.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of cool
Appreciate
stuff
it.
in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just leave your crypto keys in there.
No. That's for the wife. No, fuck you. You're gonna have the drugs. Crypto keys for the wife.
I'll take the drugs.
Yeah.
I'll take the key.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stack, the pretty standard, apart from the GHK, it was the pretty standard health protocol stacks, recovery stacks that we've used previously, with a bunch of collagen powder, healthy, clean diet, proper protocols, being very proactive with movement and exercise, as much as you can, pain-free.
Right.
And yeah, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks, I was back to like, I can 4 plates aside on the hack squat, having some fun. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
No, you can heal it pretty fast, as long as you're not torn off the bone. Like you had a couple fibers, right?
Yeah, a little light bruising, but partial tears. So
and you had like one hickey on the inside, right? Ladyboy hickey on the inside.
Little ladyboy hickey. It could have been from a ladyboy. I'm not too sure about that. But
as long as it's only one, not that it's like this big. If it's this small, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't like it didn't look like Nick Walker's hamstring or nothing.
Oh, poor guy.
Hey, he healed quick as well.
Mm.
Jeez, he healed quick.
Well, Matt knows what to do.
I think they've just got the access to all the same stuff, right? Probably plus, I imagine at that level, I'd be shooting in 20 grand's worth of stem cells ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Of
course,
so
it's all worth it. I mean, the
going
prize money is very high, and they're on the top 3
right,
wherever they play. So the prize money is very, very good. And they increased the prize money for the Arnold.
Yep.
To 300,000.
Did you see Dubai Pro?
Yeah.
They just doubled it. They were like, right, you want to see a price increase?
Yeah.
Double. 180 grand.
When is the Dubai Pro?
I'm not sure on the date.
Must
be soon.
Yeah, might go
Must be soon if they've just announced it because, I mean, the production of that show alone is impressive. But now it's a $40,000 first place.
Yeah, it's still not very close to the Mr. Olympia, but it's
beside the Olympia and the Arnold.
It's the highest prize money.
This is over everything else. And it's only been going for 2 years.
Let's see. Dubai Pro. We doubled it.
Doubled it. Of course they did. They could have tripled it probably.
Dubai Pro 2024. I don't see a date. Well, I'll find a date and link it down below.
I want to say...
I do want to go, though.
I want to say something like June. Maybe May or June, something like that.
I'll find it.
But that could be a good fun weekend away. It's not, it's a fairly quick flight.
6 hours. Might as well go onwards to Europe, dude. Say hi to the family.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm already going to Europe. I'm not planning on doing Europe twice in 1 year.
Right. So when you're bouncing to Spain?
Yeah. So heading over to Spain in April. We'll do a few months there and just basically a change of scene, no distractions, work, bodybuild, finish off the off-season, come back here, hopefully made all the gains that I want to make this year, and then potentially look at a prep. If it's not quite on the cards, then I'll just keep growing.
Right.
But all my boys will be prepping for the Bangkok show. So we'll be back here for
the one in November, right? Or October?
Yeah, November. Yeah, because they've got Bangkok, Vietnam, Taiwan, Japan, everything's in that vicinity all around the same month. So it's a good
might as well.
Good little run of shows.
Stay in shape, you fly right after the show, and then you have a couple of days to kind of rebalance your water after a short flight.
Exactly. And I've got a few people that are going to be ready for those shows. So if I don't do them, they'll be doing them. So I might as well be here for the prep.
Just let them do them. Get the money. Be the coach.
I want the card, bro. I want the card. It's good. It's looking good. It's the last little push to 300 was great. That was good. I'm at 275 now with pretty decent abs and in good shape.
And you just come out of a deload.
Just finished a deload week, so feeling fresh and just kind of ready to, get back into it. Do a few little growth pushes and a couple of experiments as usual.
Yeah,
see how it goes.
How's the mint going?
Well, day one, feel a bit shit.
Feel depressed.
I don't know. I think potentially, shitty night's sleep, rushed around in the morning, only one meal before training today. I need 2 or 3 these days.
So you felt depressed after the workout because your workout was shit?
Well, throughout the workout, I was just like, I think it's a combination. When you finish a deload, day one back in the gym, and you feel like
I got to go today.
Untrained, right?
Yeah, I got to go today.
Or you're going tonight. Yeah. And you're like, this weight. You look at your logbook or whatever, and you're like,
you can't.
I ain't going to do that.
No, you can't.
So that first week or 2 back is a little bit of a mental challenge. You just got to accept 2 or 3 reps in reserve, ease yourself back into it. Right. Next week will feel fine.
You'll be sore as shit anyway, and then the week afterwards you can make progress again.
Yeah, I had good pumps. It all felt good, but it's just that first week back sucks. You just feel like a little filthy natty in the gym for the first time. But, you know, it is what it is. But how do you deload? Do you train at all or just completely
I didn't do anything.
Week off. And then food-wise?
Fasting.
You just fasted.
Yeah,
You go
down to 200
deload.
pounds. Yeah.
Down 200 pounds in 1 week.
No, down two. So I was like 210, 212. And then I was 200 pounds. Yeah. From 96 to 91 kilos. I wanted to go another day, but then I figured, you know what, 91 kilos is... You know,
can't go below 90.
No, it can be below 90. Yeah, I would have been below 90 for sure.
Get blocked.
Fuck that.
Get below 90, you get blocked.
So that was pretty good. And then reintroducing food was a bit rough. Like, I did the Vigorous Q&A and was burping the whole time. It was pretty nasty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you eat?
I had just usual stuff like egg, salmon, chicken, vegetables.
Oh, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, just a normal ketogenic day to kind of ease back into it. Because if you start adding in carbs, then your blood sugar goes all over the place because you're so insulin sensitive.
So it's just a little shock to the system.
And then your body's like carbs. So I just had a keto day. But then I had a little bit of yogurt. I'll say that. Yogurt and granola. So maybe that messed me up. So I had the Vigorous Q&A and it was like every 20 minutes, like out of nowhere. So my apologies.
Free gas.
Yeah, free gas. Yeah. Luckily, you didn't have to smell it.
Yeah.
I'm circulating in here with all the fans in.
Fermenting the room.
Yeah. So now it's been 2 days on food. Yesterday I had a good refeed, and today let's see what happens. But I dropped a lot of weight, man.
I'm not surprised.
A lot of fat. Yeah.
It's fast. It's crazy. I can't do them. 2 days, I'm done. But yeah, what did you do? So it was a full week.
5.5 days.
5.5 days. I don't know how you do it. It's brutal.
I can't do a little bit of Terzeper diet here and there.
Yeah, like even with the liraglutide before, when the last time I fasted, that was great. 3 days, no problem with the liraglutide. That stuff is strong.
Yeah.
But then after that, I was like, oh, God, feeling it.
You get anxious to eat.
Big time.
It's not the physical hunger, it's the like mental. Like
physical hunger doesn't happen until like, you know, last week of prep.
Yeah.
It's the only time you really feel physical hunger. And even then, it's kind of like, at that point, you're weird and you kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
You just get turned into
just
psycho.
gotta bring something to your mouth, just like smokers, you know, they're used to doing this movement. And when you eat 6 meals a day and a shake, I mean, you're used to bring something to your mouth also. So after 4 days of that, you're like looking around and like, can I bring something to my mouth? Oh, I have vegetables.
Maybe that's why so many bodybuilders turn gay.
Yeah. Yeah, you need a big sausage in your mouth to kind of quench your appetite.
Quit smoking stuff.
Yeah, or the lady boys, I do it all pre-op. You. Only pre-ops.
Only pre-ops.
Yeah. Oh, talking about the lady boys, I'm going to Paddy in 2 weeks, so.
Oh, good luck.
Might as well.
So, I wanted to ask you because I had this funny conversation the other day.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing to do with lady boys.
Okay.
No.
All right, bring it on.
No, it's just one of these funny things that I was thinking about. And because I met quite a few just new people for the first time in the last sort of, since I've been injured and lost a bunch of weight. And for some annoying reason, every time I meet new people come through Bangkok and, you know, they say, I'm always at my smallest. So we had Jared coming through town, and, you know, Mike Israel, and then John moved here and all that. And I was like, why do they always come through when I'm at my smallest and not the biggest?
Man. It happens.
But does that happen to you since you've, you know, been a filthy natty?
No, but I'm not a filthy natty. I'm still in the GH and I ran out of IGF one vial, so I'm not going to open another one. But no, I don't care anymore, man.
Maybe it's
I don't give a shit anymore. I used to give a shit. Like when I was making videos with Tony Huge, he had the nasty habit of only making content with me when I was on a cruise.
Right.
And then he would make me sit back.
Get that
angle. Sit back here. So Tony would be here.
This one.
And then he would ask me questions. Luckily, all those videos are offline. It's one of the reasons why I decided, you know what, maybe I should start my own YouTube channel. I love you, Tony. You're crazy. Yeah. So yeah, it got annoying. But I mean, I've kind of come to terms with this now, you know?
You've been doing that long enough, haven't you?
And I still look okay, you know, when I take pictures with people and as long as I'm somewhat lean and I have some separation, then it's okay. But it's like that whole phase of needing to be the biggest guy, which it's hard to compete with you anyway, even if I'm fully sauced and you're cruising. And then now John is here and there's so many bigger guys going through. So I'm like, whatever, man.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered about being the biggest guy, but I just hate being at my smallest. Like, so let's do a group picture and all hit a pose. And I'm like,
And then, so this is why you're always on the outside, right?
Of course.
You got to get that.
Got to get that outside wide lens, 20 extra wide lens, 20 pounds.
Aaron is so big, even though he's like can't even walk, fully injured.
Yeah.
And then you're still standing on the outside, so you look big.
Yeah.
It's a mental game, man, because you're still bigger than most guys.
Yeah, do you know, that's the confirmation from it. The nice bit is when you do see the pictures afterwards and you go, okay, it doesn't look I'm not too far off, and I'm at my smallest. So if I was at my biggest, then it'd probably look good. But then I'm like, oh, I can't do it at my biggest. And then when you're in those phases in between growing, is when you just got to, trust the process, stick with it. But yeah, I was just wondering if you ever had those situations. No, you're good with it. You don't really care. And you're still usually bigger than everyone you meet anyway.
Yeah, especially in Thailand. It's easy. As long as you're over 150 pounds, it's easy.
But I've got to get massive before the Olympia.
Yeah, but you're going for sure, right?
Yes, this year for sure. Yeah. And I'll go over there and go and catch up with Jared if he's not too busy and do a bit of training at the layer. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably bump into a whole bunch of units and machines. So I need to be full off-season.
You're gonna have a reality check
as a brick. While everyone else is like balls deep in prep.
Yeah,
I just need to be like.
It doesn't matter, man. You gotta just make sure you focus on yourself. All this competitive stuff, it doesn't really matter in the end.
It does. You have to be the biggest.
No.
I need to be the biggest. Well, talking about big.
High quality. That's
forearms.
Yeah.
We're pretty good in the forearm department.
Not me, man.
You've got good forearms.
Nah.
They're right.
Nah, it's like straight up and down.
Well, they're like, you can't see the angles.
Maybe on Superdrol.
To do this, just walk around like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've got pretty chunky forearms, right?
Mm-hmm. I never had big ones.
And everyone says, do you train your forearms?
No.
And no, I never train my forearms directly, ever. Like maybe 2 or 3 sets in my entire life. Mm-hmm. And it's just from rows, heavy back work without straps.
Yeah, just heavy everything, right.
But then, even then, do you think you can really grow big forearms, or is it mostly genetics? I think
if you train them, you can grow them. I used to train them religiously when I was really drug-free before I ever touched steroids. Mm. And they barely grew, so I threw in a towel. And then I tried, after every back workout, you do a couple sets of forearms. And after a while, you see no real tangible results. So I was like, whatever.
Just give up, right?
Yeah.
Because I always go back to the Kai Green example. Mm-hmm. That guy is pound for pound maxed out as big as you're going to get on his frame.
Yeah. No traps, no forearms.
Tiny forearms.
Yeah.
Tiny, tiny, skinny forearms. If that guy can't grow forearms.
Yeah, maybe he didn't try.
You know what I mean? But even with the rows, like as a secondary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I keep seeing different examples of that. And people always say, I've been trying to grow my forearms. I've been doing full arm days and half of it's just forearms. And then they're trying the frequency and all the different training approaches and techniques, desperate to try and get forearms. Yeah. And I understand the appeal of having big forearms. It does look cool hanging out of a T-shirt. But honestly, I think a lot of people are wasting their time. I think it is a massive genetic body part, which might grow a little bit, but they're never going to be...
Effort-wise, it's probably the least responsive.
Yeah, the amount of effort the least important as well.
Yeah, of course.
If you're talking bodybuilding.
It does complement your physique, obviously, right? Yeah, if you have good arms and you have good forearms, of course it complements it, but it's the least judged.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have tremendously big forearms, you can always like angle it in a way where you're like, oh, it's actually pretty good looking. Yeah. But yeah, effort-wise, I mean, I think calves grow faster than forearms for the same amount of effort. Right? Plus, if you really hit your forearms twice a week, I mean, how are you going to grip particular action? Because it's fucking sore.
Yeah.
So you can do it after back day afterwards, right? And then maybe the next day you don't do anything. But if you use your hand for basically everything, right? Including leg day. So if you're sore and you can't grab into the machine, then how hard can you train legs? Or you're going to use straps in the leg press?
God, I see people wearing everything in their leg press. I see people wearing knee straps, belts, arms, hands, wrists, the works for a bloody bicep curl these days. But
scared to tear.
I think I agree though. I think calves you got more chance of growing your calves a little bit. Although again, it's going to be a slow grow if you don't have that genetic. If you've got long ass calves, sorry, bro, but you probably I'm lucky. My limbs, I'm 6 foot, but I have the limbs of a 5'5" human. So my arms are really short.
Yeah, you get like limbs of a 5'7" on a 6'1".
Exactly.
You're all torso.
Yeah, I'm mostly torso, and then my limbs are all short. But that gives me the benefit of looking big. I do have little T-Rex. They were testing my reach for boxing.
Yeah.
And they were like,
"The fuck?
What's going on here?" They're like, why have you got like
stubby
stumps? Literally stumps. I'm like, yeah.
You gotta
But they
spar
look cool.
with a guy that's 5'4", otherwise.
It really is. I was sparring with guys smaller than me, and they had like 5 inches more in their reach, and they're like, "What's going on here?"
Oh my
I'm
god!
like, "Yeah, well, I've got no neck, so I just walk through punches like this."
Yeah. Oh man!
But yeah, funny. But the limbs benefit me because I've got like real short arms, like short arm guys in
The faster you
bodybuilding.
fill
Lee
out.
Priest, Flex Lewis,
Yeah.
you know, Nick Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Short limbs, but you get the illusion of massive.
Yeah.
You know,
As long as-
measurement wise, they're probably not much bigger than a lot of guys.
The mine.
Like 20, 21 inches,
17.
something like that.
17 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'm probably 21.
You think?
Yeah.
All right.
But they look like 23s, 24s because my arms are so short.
Mm.
Well, at least I think they do anyway.
I hope for you.
Maybe not after
I hope they do. So somebody shows up at the Mr. Olympia with a measuring tape. Said, Aaron, are you really 300 pounds and 23-inch arms?
Yeah, who's the guys that
Eric
do that? Is
Kanevsky?
Yeah, he comes.
Yeah.
Can I stand on the scale?
Yeah.
Nah, but
He tried to
you've
troll
got to
me
kick off
also.
now, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to just start a fight with him now instead.
No.
Isn't that what some of the guys do?
Yeah. They get upset, man. It's
Just stand on the scale.
Yeah,
Who
what the
cares?
fuck?
I don't know what the big
you don't
deal
believe
was.
my words? No, otherwise he wouldn't do it.
Right?
There's so many people lying about their height and their size and their measurements, and otherwise, within one video, everybody would be correct about what they're claiming, but most of them are not. Yeah, I'm 300 pounds. No, you're not.
Are you really? Are you really?
It's funny. I said I was 200 pounds, and then I was like 230. I was like, oh fuck, I gained a lot of weight.
Shake Shack.
Yeah. I had way too much food when I was in the US. I gained like 10% of my body weight.
That's why all the American bodybuilders are so big.
Yeah.
Because America.
Because America.
Hashtag because America.
And next time I go there, I'm going to cook all my own meals.
I can't wait, mate. I can't wait to feast hard. I still remember the flavors and the taste from the last time I went there. And that was a long last time. That was 2018.
Yeah. Now you get the same flavors, but double the price.
Yeah, great. The remortgage for this trip.
You got to remortgage.
It's a tough one, man.
Sell all your Ethereum.
Yeah. But, so, I mean, talking of that, of the Olympia, you might have spoken about this before, but after seeing Nick,
yeah,
when he was kind of in recovery, those few weeks after that show, and with all of this extra time now, I mean, I think he's going to jump into the into the Arnold. I think he's going to last minute jump into the Arnold. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, it could be, maybe, but he needs an invite, right? He didn't get invited.
I think he could. Probably
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if he looks good
for the media, last minute, last day.
We have Samson, Dauda, and Hadi Chupan, so that's already a good lineup. And then if they allow him in, I think he
wins if he shows up. I think he wins. To be honest, I think if he was at the Olympia, I think a lot of people would have been shocked because his dryness and hardness and condition.
He would have been top 3.
I think the rest of them would have got caught out a bit because none of them were crisp. Nick is always crisp.
Yeah.
And he's big, and he's got the taper now as well. So I don't know. I think this year is going to be the year of the mutant. I really do.
I hope so.
I hope so too. But he's doing New York Pro. That will be a walk that. But the Arnold, that's what the big one is now in March. So we've got James Hollingshead in the UK. Samson, Antoine,
Hadi Chupan,
Raphael, Horse MD, Marcelo De Angelis, or whatever his name is. That guy's a genetic freak.
Yeah, he's working with Milo, so
yeah, he looks insane. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with, that one.
I really want to go, but it's such short that I just can't make it.
It's a good lineup, right?
Yeah.
It's a good lineup. So I'm excited to see that one. But
can do a watch party here.
Yeah. Why not, right? Why not? Yeah. But peaking for the Arnold. What would you do? What would you do with? Let's pick an athlete.
Yeah.
Pick an athlete from that lineup you want to win the Arnold.
Samson.
Right. What would you do?
Load him up, but load him up a day early so he has another day to dry out.
Yeah.
Because the problem is he's still a little bit spilled. And of course now he's a lot leaner compared to the Mr. Olympia. But Milos, I love the guy, but sometimes he misses the peak.
A little bit too risky.
And then he's a little bit, these athletes are a little bit too watery. So I think if he does the peak but a day early and then has a day to kind of clean up, keep the fullness but let go of the water, and then they would look super, super good. So
I tend to agree. I think looking at Samson's pictures now,
mm-hmm.
every time I see one of his updates, I'm like, don't change anything.
Yeah.
Just don't change anything. Walk him on stage like that.
Yeah, but you can. I mean,
Of course they won't. But then the loading, like, does he really need a big, heavy insulin, very high, 3 or 4 high carb day loads?
Yes, because you burn through it posing.
Yeah, but
That's
like
the
you say,
problem.
maybe it's just doing it a day earlier to give that little opportunity to really, really suck down. That might be the way. What would you do drugs wise? Anything you're
All
throwing
the drugs.
All everything.
I don't know what he's using right now, so I mean, it's probably nothing crazy. It's the usual shit that everybody takes. I think drug wise, he's right where he needs to be. He just needs to come in
Peak week drugs.
same.
All of the halo.
I mean, the more drugs is not going to change it. It's just timing drugs in and out for him to show up shredded, and he needs to be leaner the week when he starts doing the final preparation. Everything is there, man. You know,
He definitely doesn't need any fullness. That's
no,
for
fullness
sure.
is there. It's just a little bit of water.
I would megadose halo for a full week.
No, but even that, I mean, they're probably already megadosing Halo and Superdrol and everything under the sun, you know?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, there's so much at stake and they're big guys, so they need a little bit more androgenic incentive.
They're not leaving anything on the table, right?
No.
They're going to be using everything available.
Yeah.
If you were going to do that, though, because I heard about this, megadose and halo in peak week, like 100 megs a day.
Yeah, that's
like
being done.
very high. But then just megadose and Tudka alongside of it to try to...
It's not going
Is
to
that
do
gonna
shit,
do-
dude. It's
but-
not going to do shit for your liver health. You're just going to have to you're going to have
But just the
compromise.
duration of use for a week, 100 megs a day for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's like, you'll be fine, it's just a week? Or do you think it's worth just having it in there as like a little bit of something?
Tudka?
Like megadosing the shit out of it
I
just
know,
in
man.
case? Or megadosing it for a period thereafter? For
Thereafter,
like
for
three
sure,
or 4
yeah.
weeks of
Thereafter,
really high
for
dosing?
sure. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys also do 100 milligram Superdrol.
Yeah. So, well, that's a bit more of a slow burner, right? So you'd start a bit early, like 3 or 4 weeks out, right?
No, not 4 weeks. It's
No?
also too long. Usually the max cosmetic appeal you would get after about 2 weeks. So, I mean, again, I'm not against like a pretty high dose of Superdrol and a pretty high dose of halotestin in combination. Yeah, but
2 weeks
100
out, start the Superdrol last week, put the halo in.
like I would assume you get a better response from 50 milligrams Superdrol and 50 milligrams of halotestin instead of 100 milligrams halotestin.
100 and 100.
Yeah, then you'd probably be dead.
Maybe a little bit overkill.
Yeah.
How about anadrol loads?
Yeah,
Peak
like-
week anadrol loading.
3 days leading into the show, depending on how you look. So, but that's with the carb load and the insulin and the creatine and the adenosine monophosphate. And
But then there's a lot more risks, cosmetic risks involved with
so you can
think?
anadrol, you can hold water. But if you time it right, if you know how many days you need before you start to retain water, then you could do it a day early.
So you just trial that like a month out, 4 weeks out when you're already stage lean.
Especially if you do many shows a year, you can just keep the notes and see how the physique changes day by day, right? They take pictures multiple times per day. So at one point you can see when you start to retain a little bit of water.
Yeah.
And this is the hard part. But hey, maybe it's just the stressors of the Mr. Olympia why Samson is not lean, because you have the athletes meeting, then you have the meet and greet, you have to run around staying in a
Yeah, it's not
different
your
hotel.
average show, right?
It's not your average show. I mean, it's
There's a lot going on.
It's much harder to peak for the Mr. Olympia compared to the Arnold Classic. You know,
Yeah.
so it highly depends on how you deal with those additional burdens around the Mr. Olympia time, how you end up looking.
But wouldn't...
I don't think it's a drug thing. I think it's just
No,
a
but
timing and
with the
stress thing.
stress side of things,
Yeah.
wouldn't Halo be fairly beneficial there? Or do you
No.
don't think it works on that?
No,
as
and
much
in
on
that sense,
pathway
you
as-
can. I mean, how many athletes do we see? They're on the perfect stack, and they still stress themselves out,
That's a
and they
good point, yeah.
end up watery. You know.
Just takes one bad morning, doesn't it? And
Yeah, you look in the
goes
mirror,
straight
you're
up.
not. Oh shit, it's going backwards, and then they psych themselves out, and they're like
Yeah.
washed out. You know.
Yeah, good point.
And plus, the more halo you're on, the easier you're susceptible to irritation.
Yeah.
So
What was
No,
I running? What was I running at the NPC show? I can't remember.
30, right?
Yeah, only 30, just for the last week or two.
Mhm.
I think just for the last week. And then,
I would still rather put it in
what did I do?
low
Put
dose, longer
30 or
period of time.
30 or 40 with my last meal on the day of the show,
Mhm.
which was like a couple of hours before pump up. I think that was it.
Something
If I
like
remember, I
that.
have to look at my notes.
Mhm.
That looked all right.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm already like, I'm in growth phases and I'm already kind of like thinking of what my prep's going to look like towards the end. There.
Oh yeah.
Always get ahead of myself.
You just got to get diced and time everything right. It's not necessarily about the drugs, you know. No. Everybody says, yeah, more drugs, but it's just going to hurt you and make peaking actually more difficult.
Oh, for sure. And I don't need much more food either. Like the last peak, what a fucking disaster. Like 2 days of food loading for me is plenty, and I hold it pretty well. And then just don't really change much. Don't fuck around with things. And
no, you need a cleanup day.
Moving like 3-4 days of carb loading, plus this, using a bit of this, using a bit of that. And then these fucking blueprint direct protocols come into play, trying to chase this. And it's disaster. And then like communication stuff and everything else that happens on the day, the stress factor, that destroyed me.
Yeah,
that ruined me.
So even if you look 100% peaked, and you have a little bit of stress, and your coach isn't there, then you can still miss the mark. You know, I mean, there's
a week before that show, I looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then you flew, and
the flying was great. Yeah. Like you said, when you land in that climate, you'll be even drier. I woke up the next morning, even drier. I was like, holy shit, we're on. This is all I've got to do is hold this together for 4 days.
Yeah,
but then shit happens. Anyway,
it's a learning experience.
Yeah, I'm just going to be prepping myself next time. That's for sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be here for a second pair of eyes.
Well, exactly that. Yeah.
Even though I'm getting fucking rusty though.
Huh? Yeah, but you still got a trained pair of eyes.
Yeah.
You know, you can still. When I'm going, hey, I'm thinking about putting a refeed in. You would still be able to look and say, "Don't be a pussy, drag it out for no reason." 3 more days. Yeah. That's kind of what you want to because.
Right.
It's justifying, because you know what it's like that last couple of weeks of a prep. You really find every excuse to justify every decision.
Yeah.
And that decision might be not quite at the right time. So it's those little decisions. As far as the protocols and things leading in, there's one thing I'm going to do this time. I ain't changing shit. Get lean early. Like I was lean early this time. And then don't change nothing.
Right.
That's it. But,
yeah, slowly reverse it,
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing crazy.
Enhanced games blowing up in the media.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Dr. Aaron De Souza. What a guy. Congratulations on all the media. Everyone's getting excited.
Yeah.
Now it's actually
but they haven't said
reality.
They haven't set a date yet.
No, but I mean, it's got enough funding and media attention.
Yeah,
now
Peter Thielen is on board. So they got more than enough money and enough media exposure and everybody's talking about it. So now it's just a matter of time of picking a date and a venue and then people can start planning for it.
Did you see all the comments?
Yeah.
They're just like, you mean the Olympics?
Yeah. No, of course, but at least like now there's no drug testing, so they can run the drugs that are known to work and not look for alternatives that are not on the list.
Right, they can just run better drugs for the job. So but everyone was going, well, the records, it'd be funny if all the records just stay
If the records stay the same, then, and you got to keep in mind, like the really good athletes are probably going to stay with the Olympics. So you might get athletes that are either banned or athletes that don't give a fuck, or never
didn't quite make the team,
never got selected, and those are the B team, right? So even if the B team can get to use steroids and other performance enhancing drugs, they might not be able to beat the records. But again, time will tell. I really hope that it is a successful show event.
I think it will be. I think it will really set a nice new standard, and I think as well it will give people, because I think what the people that don't know and the people that hate steroids and all of that. I think what they're expecting to see is a bunch of bodybuilders showing up to do the gymnastics and They're expecting everyone to be juiced up and jacked up. But I think when they see the athletes looking pretty much the same as regular athletes in the Olympics, and the records being maybe just a little bit faster, and if it's all run very professionally with like some class, I think that might really help with people's perspective on what performance enhancers are. Because I think most people's perspective on performance enhancers is, oh, it's just a bunch of these meatheads that look like the Hulk.
No.
Where in reality, it's every athlete you
know. Everybody that looks like the same as Tour de France.
Every
and Olympics.
Single athlete that you like is using gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 99% of athletes on the planet, don't care what anyone says, at that level, when there's so much at stake, when careers are so short and there's so much money to be made, they're doing shit.
Yeah. So there's prize money. They're going to have sponsors, and it will be funny when the pharmaceutical industry gets on board.
Yeah,
and it's just the brand. Like they can't promote any product, but if Bayer, Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, if they become sponsors or some sort of ambassador for a particular sport, that would be hilarious.
There'll be 7,000 TRT clinics sponsoring.
Yeah, and
athletes.
many of these pharmaceutical companies, they already sponsor football events and stuff, but then it's Tylenol,
Yeah.
And now they wouldn't, obviously, because it's all without prescription and off-label purposes. I mean, there's no, besides Therinabol, which was designed for athletes, and none of these are actually being prescribed for performance-enhancing benefits. So, technically, they should be able to get on board.
Hopefully, it'll be a nice, positive, good educational experience.
I think so, yeah. As well. If they set a date and the time is right, then I would love to be there.
Dude, I was thinking about it. I don't know whether he's already organised his teams and stuff for it, but you should try and get on the commentary teams.
Yeah.
Because at some point, they're going to talk about the drug side of things.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to the chemistry talk, and it's like, what typically would benefit athletes in this particular event, blah, blah, blah. That might be a good
I wouldn't mind being on board as an advisor.
Yeah.
A health advisor alongside of the doctors that they have, but they have very good doctors already that are very knowledgeable about these subjects.
Yeah, but I mean, someone directly involved with athletes, in the athletic world. Yeah.
Let's see.
Aaron,
Let's see.
Or Dr. Aaron.
Dr. Aaron De Souza, yeah. I put him in touch with...
Sign us up. I want in. Just give me any job. I'll clean the toilets or something.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you could be like the poster boy for, one of the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, sure.
So if you take dosages for 10 people, this is what happens. Yeah. Don't do what he did.
I'm in. I'm signing up. If he's doing boxing, I'm signing up. I don't care. It's going to be fun.
Oh, fuck, man. Imagine going against Bob Sapp.
Dude, Bob Sapp or bloody Tyson or someone like that just decides to do it. And you come out and you're up against those guys.
One hit, yeah.
This is a terrible
What happened
decision.
to staying within your lane?
Huh?
What happened to staying within your lane?
I'm not. Jiu-Jitsu was the lane. Jiu-Jitsu is out of my lane.
Oh, God. I don't even try, dude, because I'm so scared for an injury. Steve, you want to arm wrestle? No.
Arm wrestles are definitely out of the
spiral
question.
fracture,
Oh, I've seen too many videos. It terrifies me.
Yeah.
And the last time I did an arm wrestle, when you kind of get that like throbbing pain in your elbow joint for a few days and you're like, that was dumb. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
No more arm wrestling and dumb shit like that. No, but I am very, very excited for the enhanced games. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Just hoping for a date and a venue, and then I might be able to book something.
Has he mentioned anything at all about?
No.
Do you know what country it will be in?
It will be in America.
It will be in
America.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So I told him, just make sure that there's no police on campus started raiding all the athletes, because if it is a drug event, then obviously athletes are going to bring drugs with them.
Yeah,
and that is a raidable, opportunity for the police to kind of, if they do want to fuck with you. Yeah. So I said, maybe as an alternative, you need to go to a country where it's less, performance-enhancing drug phobic. But how many countries in the world are there? Or they have to do it in Oregon, where everything is legal. But then Oregon has a huge meth problem. It's where all those zombies are.
All the fentanyl zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's in Oregon.
What is happening over there?
America, I don't know. They got some issues in some aspects.
Get rid of that old.
But it's here also.
Get rid of that zombie. What that is Biden is the king of the zombies, and he's building his little fentanyl zombie army. So old zombie people walking around everywhere. So he gets the zombie vote and gets back in.
Yeah. It also happens in Thailand, though, in the countryside. Plenty of addicts there.
I've seen a couple of zombies.
Yeah,
but
sad.
It is sad. But hey. We'll stick to the drugs that don't make you into a zombie.
No,
at least not a
skinny,
at least not a skinny one.
Yeah, at least it'll be the end boss zombie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say? I can't remember now.
Get your notes.
Yeah, I should check. I did actually put a post up for it's just your goals for the year. We haven't really spoken since the year started. Have you got anything big in the pipeline? Things you want to...
I want to become a dad. It's going slow. That's about it.
Come on, dude. Go harder.
Yeah, I'm fucking as hard as I can.
All of the comments on the Q&A. Just say hi to Steve.
Oh, yeah.
He's the GOAT.
Oh, God. No real goals, man. I mean, I obviously want to grow the YouTube channel more. I think at this pace, I'll end up at 150,000 subs this at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Because I removed all the shorts and I just give people what they actually want. So no more content of what I think is interesting. I just give the people what they want. So the views are up and the revenue is up, and we might hit 150,000 subs by the end of the year.
Never know. Might be more than that, mate.
Yeah, let's
early
see.
days.
Let's see. I'm on a good stride now, but besides becoming a daddy, that's the only real priority. And the rest, I don't know, kind of achieved everything I wanted to achieve already, besides becoming a father. So that's it.
All in good time.
Yeah, that's
good.
it. You?
That's good.
Turn pro?
Turn fucking pro. Yeah. Get massive. I'm just kind of, just excited now to get back into the groove, get big again. I want to try and not try and hit, I will hit 300 again. It only took 2.5 weeks last time.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll spend a little longer getting there this time. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks, hit 300 in good shape. Do that 2 or 3 times and just really look good there. Eventually I'll probably end up 310, 320, something like that, maybe down the line. And then, just really solidify the size that I want. So when I do step on stage, I'm in a position to step on a pro stage very soon after.
Right.
That's the goal. So if that's this year or next year, whatever, just keep plugging away. What I'm doing is working. I feel good. I'm healthy.
No more injuries.
No, good. No more injuries, please. Yeah, touch wood. But yeah, everything's grooving along pretty well. We've got some new ebooks coming out. Working on a course, which is like an introductory. It's going to be separated into a bunch of different subjects, but it's going to be most of what. There's so many new coaches coming into the industry now, and I'm tired of saying, go to the gym and actually learn how to bodybuild before you be a coach, because no one listens to that. They want to get into it as soon as possible.
Everybody wants to be a coach.
Everyone wants to be a coach. They all want to be in the gym for 3 weeks and then they want to be a coach. But hey, so we just decided, well, let's just educate. Instead of fighting it, let's try and do something useful. So putting a course together, which should help fast track that first sort of year of troubleshooting on like how to really navigate your first year of coaching and give you the backbone of information and education that you need to troubleshoot the most common things, how to really program for people of all ages and how that looks going across as your clients progress. Things to look for, probably do a prep series there as well. So that kind of stuff. So a bit more educational content. I'll be doing probably 2 different tiers for my coaching. One will be like a subscription model with access to educational content, the training logbooks, different training
through
plans.
the app, right?
Through the apps. Like just a low-end price for people that don't want a coach, but they want access to everything that coach has produced and the tools.
It's basically, it's like one of those training apps that a lot of these guys
exactly that, but with like, my touch on it. So it's like, here's
actual training,
some legit
actual
plans,
real training,
some real plans that actually make sense.
Yeah, these kickbacks
and ebooks that go along with it. So it's going to teach you how you can basically teach yourself kind of thing. So on a subscription model. Yeah. And then another service for just guys that want a lot more time, basically. I think I'm coming across more people now which want a lot more coaching time. And I try and provide a lot of time for my clients. Some guys just need a lot of time. And it gets to a point where it's not,
charge them.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's only so many hours in the day. I always do. And time is money. So I'm going to probably put together some other.
You have like an exclusive package for people who need phone calls and run questions past you, because you're too busy to do their own research. So I've had many of those clients. I still have them. Some of them run through
like the mentorship program.
Yeah, some of these guys run through the mentorship program in a month.
Right. So the mentorship thing, like a monthly rolling mentorship kind of package, is what I'm thinking, where they really have a lot of questions and they want to learn at a fairly high rate. Yeah. Then it's like, well, that's time. Time is money.
Yeah, charge them.
Charge them. Might put together.
Everybody's stealing my setup, though. Huh? Everybody's stealing that setup.
Yeah,
because I got my idea from Rick Collins, right? Because he has a retainer because he's a lawyer, the criminal defense lawyer, and they always have retainers. But the clientele that I work with now is mostly very financially secure, all business owners or cryptocurrency babies. It doesn't really matter where the money comes from as long as you're financially secure. So you just treat it like a lawyer fee, or you place a retainer and then I'll deduct time spent based on the the prepaid fee. And once the prepaid fee is gone, right, we've gone through the 600 minutes, then it's time for an update. Yeah. Or they're usually happy and say, I'll maybe see you in 6 months. So that works pretty well. But the full-time coaching I don't do anymore. Even the VIP stuff was just too much time, dude.
There's only so many hours in the day. Yeah. And you can only really, if you're doing real coaching, like giving people genuine time and you're actually looking at their check-ins. And
Can't do 300. No, you can't do 300. Man.
Can't do hundreds of clients. It doesn't work.
50 maximum.
Most of those guys, most of my clients in the last year have come from those kinds of situations where they're with a big name coach who has hundreds of clients, and they've got a big name and a big price tag, but they just don't get bugger all communication. Great coaches and great people, but what the real backbone behind good coaching is communication, and that's time.
Yeah.
So there's only so many hours in the day. So if you
so you got to eat.
And I don't want to drop the quality. I don't want to drop the quality of the service. So, this is why I'm coming up with these different tiers and some more educational material. So I can just provide a little bit more value with the hours that I've got.
Right.
And because I don't believe coaching by nature is not a scalable business.
No, it isn't. Why do you think I let it go?
Right. It's not a scalable business. It's not something that you can just take on 300-400 clients and keep scaling. You have to take on a bunch of other coaches, and then you have to train them. And then your reputation
goes to shit because the other coaches don't know what you know. And it's,
right.
They just start, the last thing you want is a multitude of clients complaining about the service. So, no, I always kept like 50 clients, 55 at maximum during World Championships time. And but most of the time, we would have 50 clients. But it's
a good number, though, right? 50, I feel like, is about as much as
you can do, and
then still provide a quality service.
And when there's more clients, you just increase the rates, and you prove to yourself that you can charge that. And then all the clients on the previous say in 3 months, the rates go up. If you want to stay, you stay. If you don't want to stay, you don't stay. And then you drop to 30 clients, and then you'll have 50 in no time again. Yeah. So it's just a vicious circle until you can charge literally $3,000 an hour. Not an hour, but a month. Sorry, not an hour.
I think I'm just going to do a bit of a tier system. Depend on the kind of client, what they're trying to do, because I don't want to price out guys like just working guys that still are real hard workers. They really want to get the job done. They either want to compete or just look good, but they can't afford thousands of dollars a month.
I don't know.
I don't want to price those out, so I'm just going to be more selective with the people that I work with.
Yeah, you can also do that. Choose who you work with and see which one is not going to be a headache.
Right, and then just generate other streams that don't take up as much time from the coaching. I've got a product. Oh yeah, product launch. I'm not going to say too much right now, but I've got an awesome product in prototyping right now for lifters. You're all going to love it, and that's all I'm going to say. No. Watch this space. That's it until it's ready to rock and roll. But prototyping should be ready to test in a few weeks.
Exciting.
Yeah. When it's like, I'm sure you're the same. Everyone, how many ideas have you had? And you go, that's a great idea. I should.
I always find the reasons not to do it. Then I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Right. I've got lists and lists of in all of the phones. If I went back through all of my old mobile phones and checked out my notes, it would just be full of the ideas to make. Whether it be a bloody, whatever, back in when I was songwriting or product design, little inventions, business ideas, and none of them ever, you don't do anything. But this one, I'm fucking making it happen.
All right.
So
good luck. Let me know when it's ready. I'll need a discount code.
Yeah, you'll be.
I'm not promoting shit unless I get paid.
You get paid. You'll get paid.
And it's good. All right. It's got to be good. Otherwise, I don't put my name to it. I get like emails every day now. Every day to promote shit. And I just turn them all away.
Right. And I bet you get hundreds of the marketing agencies. Oh. How would you get rid of them?
You
can report them as phishing, right?
No,
spam,
I just block. It doesn't work. I block and get like 10. It's Andrew Tate's fault. It's all these the Hustlers Academy. How to be a copywriter,
right?
Fuck man.
All of these, I get 10 a day that want to sell me 10,000 followers, and then 10 a day who are like, have you tried email marketing? Do you want to book 50 clients? Do you want to book 50 appointments today? I get it. I appreciate the hustle. But these are literally pages with 0 posts, no followers. Some guy from the middle of God knows where.
Yeah.
Just going,
barely speaks any English.
Just like, at least prove that you've done it before. Prove that you can do it or something. Just cold messaging people.
And all the messages are the same. They're all copy pasted.
All right. And
from their.
That's why I tell all my guys and all of the coaches that I coach, don't do the DM marketing. Do not just send out 20 messages a day to 20 different people and start 20 different conversations, and hopefully one of them will sign up.
It's a waste of time.
Total waste of time. And at the end of the day, all you end up doing is literally kind of almost force selling a product to someone who's not really sure if they want it. Let the clients come to you based on what you can produce, what services you can produce. Because then if they do come to you, you know that they're really ready to work.
They're already convinced themselves.
And if you do if that happens naturally within conversation from a comment on a post or a DM or something, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But just anyone that likes your post, you're then in their DMs saying, hey, have you thought about coaching? Hey, what's your, just starting these fake conversations like you care. This is like one of the most common marketing things that these business mentorship companies are doing. And I think a lot of people that have tried it have ended up being put on like the spam lists, right?
Yeah.
Where you can't send out DMs anymore and stuff. So just, it's just scale. Try and make as much money, scale up to, this much money, this a month. And I'm like, this guy's been in the gym for 3 months and you're selling him a scale up your coaching program. To me, it all just seems like a bit of a con.
People are desperate to work by themselves, but it takes time,
I get it. Yeah, but put the time in.
Yeah,
put the time in. Learn how to do the job.
Nobody has time for that. They want it yesterday.
Like you can with the software
look at
available
Steve. He's got
now,
100,000 subs. It's not like it didn't take me 10 years.
With all the software and things now and AI and all of this stuff, if you leverage all of these things really cleverly, you can get along a lot faster. And if you really love coaching and bodybuilding and everything that comes with that, you can level up your levels of education really quickly. But if your first thing is like, I'm going to start a coaching business and you've got 1 or 2 clients and then you're buying a mentorship package to scale your service and come on, man.
I know. Everybody has to get burnt in their own right.
And then you end up paying this huge monthly fee for some guy to say, did you send out your messages this week? And it's like, that's not a service in itself. So I think it's all a little bit disingenuous on there are some good ones out there. There are some good mentorship programs and some really great business like kind of mentorships and managements. And if you're in a position with your business where you need that, then great. Right. All I'm saying is these early guys, like these guys just about to start the coaching journey and they're already looking at that stuff. And those businesses won't say it's a bit early for you, mate. They'll take your money.
Of course.
So just be careful with that. Yeah. And hence why we're going to make this course, which is way more applicable and more affordable.
What happened to spending like 5 years in the gym before you start helping other people?
No way, bro. You got a pro card within 6 months. Don't you know anything? You need to be classic pro.
How about you become a coach when people ask you?
Broccoli haircut. Do a pose like this.
Yeah.
And within 6 months you should be getting a pro card.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works now.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Psalm goblins.
Yeah,
it's all Psalms, bro. That's the secret.
Yeah, I know.
Not real gear. Just 6 months on Psalms. Dude.
Everybody's going to get burned in their own right, man. It's all right. It's all right. Survival of the fittest, right? The people who are really putting in the effort, they will make it.
Of course.
But why would you sign up for a coach who has no experience?
Right. I mean...
Especially these Instagram pages with 0 posts or no website.
I always think, whose fault is it? Because I get some people that would be like, I signed up with this coach, it was terrible.
So all these
I get
fake business gurus.
I'm like, but from the client's point of view as well, even if you don't know anything, you can still look at someone and say, well, I want to look better than that guy. So why are you then paying for that guy's services? Yeah. Maybe they say all the right things and they're really good salespeople, but
a fool and his money is soon departed. That was
that's a good.
Of course, if you want to keep your head above water and you need a little bit good reputation that lasts years, So this is usually why you see that the guys that are not really aggressive sellers, they stay around longer because their reputation remains intact over years. Whereas other guys, they come out of the woodworks, like a freight train, and then within 1 year, their reputation is destroyed.
Yep.
And then they get a fake injuries just to stay afloat,
Yep, that's a pretty common story now. They go all the way to the top, big name, this, that, and the other, great, and then all of their good clients, if they have any, leave them, and that's that. Game over.
Game over. On to the next.
Chasing that dollar. I get it. It's business. I totally get it. But this is in coaching is not something you can do that in. As soon as the quality drops, it will go.
With coaching, it's you are ready to be a coach when people ask you to coach them.
Yeah.
And with you, that happened reasonably fast in China when people started asking you to coach, right? Because you got
bust my ass.
yeah.
And I
but
proved
people
like,
asked, right? And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, I can actually do this. And it's the same for me, I
and
helped
even
my
then,
wife.
I coached a whole bunch of people for free
Yeah,
for a long time because I had no idea how to do it. Like, how do I navigate like check-ins and stuff?
Right,
We didn't have any of the software back then.
No, it takes time.
And the software now is amazing, like Kahuna's game changer. Like that is the only thing that's actually helped me be able to scale up and still provide the quality I provide. Because for me,
it's all automated
because
now.
The amount of the communication I would have with clients, 25, 30 was pushing it. But now with Kahuna's, that is streamlined, like my data collection and everything big time. And that's allowed me to take on a few more people and still have enough time to do it. So like amazing software. But still put the foundation work in. I remember like when you start on WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp and
Excel spreadsheets. If you've never seen a Vigorous Steve Excel spreadsheet, holy shit!
Yeah, it worked.
Read one of them and then decide if you really want to be a coach.
the people don't even come close to it. I've even seen Excel sheets from other people no, they don't even come close.
I don't even do Excel sheets. Right? Like,
no, but you go through the app, right? So
it's a bit different. But it's
I
remember those sheets
those apps
because that was my first time ever hiring a coach as well.
Yeah, you're like fuck.
And you gave me these sheets, and I'm like, there was things on there I had never even heard of. There were micronutrients. I was like, what now? I didn't know I was getting that, and down to the micro.
No, it just allows you to make proper adjustments,
Right, yeah.
So you know what's getting in, and
well, luckily for me, I did, learn how to do things the proper way because of the way you were doing it.
Right.
So the standards are set high.
No, you can't work with anybody else.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah. But I think back then, like coaches, were there any when you started coaching? Were there shit coaches? Well, most coaches were reputable guys.
Yeah, I had plenty from other shit coaches, and then you got to fix them. I never
remember it being like a big business when I was younger.
No, but you weren't in the beginning. No, it was always big business. But now, now there's a boatload of them, and most of them are just shit. The ones that don't advertise are the good ones.
Yeah,
it's that simple. Because they're full. Chris Tuttle,
me.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I don't advertise, and I'm full.
No, you're just
probably
full.
Space for two. At any point, I could probably take 2 or 3.
And but I never had to advertise because my reputation was good and I got results. I never even posted before and after pictures. I just didn't need to.
Just reputation goes first,
and people would pay an entire year in advance, So and not ask for discounts. If they ask for a discount, I would just stop replying. Hey, can I do like 20% off? No.
Yeah, I've met in the last year so many coaches that have come through, Thailand, like the digital nomads, and some of them are great. I know, like Chris. I've taught Chris a lot, but he had his foot in the door already, and then the last year he's done really, really well. But again, he doesn't advertise.
No,
it's based on providing good quality and just doing it, being authentic.
Yeah,
stuff like that. You've got Adam.
And Colton, they're all doing well,
They keep their knowledge up to date and provide decent services, and that's it, right? No fancy, it's not. I think the people that have to try and oversell this stuff, that they have to try really hard to sell.
Well, because there's nothing there. Yeah,
that's a red flag. If you have to really try to convince someone to sign up for your services, there's something you're not. It should be an easy thing. I don't know. Anyway,
the people who are interested, they can find it themselves.
Yeah,
they'll go to your website. They'll have a look at what you offer, and then decide for themselves what you want to do. What's most important is you put out content so people know what you're talking about, and then see what you have on offer. And the more content you produce, the better it is.
Yeah,
because the hard sales, it doesn't work in the fitness industry. You just look like a fucking predator.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. The only reason I really brought this up is because I've had quite a few people recently, and they've gone through horrible experiences.
Yeah,
but horrible experiences never end. Cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's what pisses me off. Is this is working people? Like this is a few $100 a month is a lot of money for some people. And so all I'd say is, just do your due diligence. Ask proper questions. Shop around. And just really make sure, don't just dive headfirst into something because it's cheap and cheerful. Because if it's cheap, chances are, you're getting what you pay for, and it's not going to be great. So make sure you choose carefully, because there's a lot of really good coaches out there, and there's also a lot of really shit coaches out there. And yeah, I just don't like seeing people getting rinsed. Pisses me off.
Yeah, well, that's the fitness industry. People get rinsed all the time here.
Puts people off as well. There's a lot of really, really potentially great athletes, or even just people that have a lot of potential just to really improve their lives, that get put off and they quit and give up and never do it again because of one bad experience.
Well, I mean, honestly, they should, keep going.
Yeah, but sometimes these bad experiences can be like really lose all faith and trust in coaches. I get it, but
you can still get a lot done. I mean, there's so much good information out there you can utilize for free. I mean, I don't even think most people need a coach. You just want to feel comfortable.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is the time in it. A lot of people are like, the common questions are, how do I navigate all of this information? Now, it's easy for me to say, just watch this guy, and that's all you'll need to know, and you'll be good. And then if you need guidance, hire someone good within that circle of people, and you'll be good. That's easy for us to say, and so the people that reach out and ask. Yeah. But there is a lot of people that just are clueless and just have zero idea on how to navigate.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Anything, and also what they're seeing in their feeds and their streams and on their homepage.
It's a lot of nonsense.
It's what I see on my YouTube. I think to myself, how do people, get so confused with basic stuff? Because every time I look on YouTube, it's just awesome people and awesome videos.
Yeah,
making
but it depends on what you follow.
Right,
also.
but it depends on what you follow. So I don't really, I forget to consider that, because in some people's homepages, it's, probably the junk and the Trend Twins and
that doesn't help either.
Some other shit, So
well, the good thing about that is that coaching will never go out of business.
Yeah, that's true.
There will always be a need for coaches.
Yeah,
but the good coaches,
so we'll get wiped out by AI.
That will take a while.
The only coaches that will survive AI are the ones that actually have legit in the field, real time experience, real applicable experience, and know how to communicate
and know how to use AI to scale their business.
I know how to leverage AI.
Write me a ketogenic diet. This is why with my coaching, you always knew that it was 100% me, because those Excel sheets nobody could. It's got all the amino acids and all the carbs and all the micronutrients. No, AI can't do that, man.
Nah, but I mean, like, AI is amazing, and it's a great tool to leverage and use and tweak to your advantage, and it will save you a lot of time. But the good thing about it, it will put all of those useless newbie coaches, and there's nothing wrong with being a newbie coach. Everyone was a newbie at some point. You've got to start somewhere.
No, but listen.
What you're trying to sell and what you're trying to charge someone money, and you're responsible for their health and fitness, and you're saying you can do things that you have no place.
You got to at least have experience with bodybuilding or fitness before you become a newbie coach.
Yeah, and AI will wipe all of those people out.
Yeah. Oh, you can go to AI and ask for a diet. So give me a 2,500 calorie ketogenic diet or carb diet for performance or this diet or that. And it would just generate it for you. Follow it.
But AI can't do that.
No.
And say, prove it.
Well, you can ask AI to make pictures, right? And they'll be so good that it looks like a real person.
Oh, no, I am a real person.
Yeah.
I'm totally checked.
Oh, my God.
It won't write you a cycle, though.
No, it doesn't do that.
It won't write you a cycle.
But if you ask it the right questions,
you can can trick it.
Yeah.
Stupid AI, we can trick it.
Yeah. Which combination of drugs should I avoid to
not be
because
skinny.
I don't want to be too big.
Don't want to be too skinny.
Which combination
what
of
should I
performance
take to not be skinny? And then hopefully it's like, well, take all of the G-Bol.
ChatGPT, man. It helps though.
It's great. It's really great. I'm really excited for the new Sora, the video production one. That looks amazing.
It's going to be a lot of stock footage for that.
Loads of stock footage, but the way it can generate, like from what I've seen so far, my buddy who's into like all the mid-journey stuff, he's been sending me some of like the early little beta testing stuff they've done for Sora, and it's incredible. Yeah. It's amazing. Like it's going to be a case of like video editors will be put out of business real quick, because you're going to be able to say, here's a whole bunch of footage that I filmed today. I want you to make 1 90-second reel of all the cooking stuff. I want you to make a 5-minute video of all of the training and make it look cinematic and awesome and add some cool music to it. You'll be able to prompt all of these things and it will generate it all faster than any human will ever generate it. And it will look amazing. you know, all the stuff, the time we spend doing like, you know, light adjustments and things like that, all the photoshopping and whatever else you have to do to videos to make them stand out and look good. AI will just destroy everyone.
Yeah, I wonder if they can do scientific paper overlays. That I'm skeptical about. But
well, what you'll be able to do though is, you know, you all the time you spend looking through scientific papers for a paragraph, you'll be able to use AI to say, hey, within this study, there's a paragraph that talks about this. Find it for me, chop it out, and put it into
overlay it, put the yellow highlights.
Right? Yeah. And it will. And that's what it'll be able to do for you. So you'll be able to use that to save you a whole bunch of time. And then say, right, now I want that added in at 2 minutes, 30 seconds of this video in the bottom left or top right.
Right.
And you start to learn how to leverage it that way. And it's going to be next level. Really is going to be absolutely.
Yeah, I think 1 year, because you see the difference between AI videos from a year ago, 2 years ago, and what it is now.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's developing so fast. Like, I'm going to make one tomorrow, just a reel on how to, because all the time people ask me about food. They're like, oh, you know, how can I make this food taste better? And I'm like, the fact that you have to ask me blows my mind. Like, why can't, like, there's this thing called Google. It's been around for a while.
It has recipes.
You know, YouTube. It'd be way quicker. Yeah. But now what I'm going to do is just make a video that says, okay, so you want to make your chicken and rice taste a little better. ChatGPT, give me 10 different ways to make my chicken and rice meal in 10 different options based on these macros. I don't want any sugar in there, this, that, and the other. And ChatGPT will say, no problem. Here's 10 recipes. No, I'll say, ChatGPT, now give me the detailed cooking instructions, ingredients, and times for everything for 4 portions, you know, for your meal prep or whatever it is you want to do. And you'll be able, if you're still asking me for ideas about food, with AI,
it's easier to ask us. That's why I have the Vigorous Q&A. The people are willing to pay $10, $20 to ask me questions they can figure out themselves. I don't fucking get it, but I make like $300 every weekend, so might as well, you know. Steve, what about this? I answered this last week. I have a dedicated video about it with timestamps, but if you want to pay $10, I'll take it.
Yeah. And if you're one of my clients and you're paid, you ask away. You know, that's part
of course, the service. That's part of the service.
But I get a lot of comments just asking these little questions, and I'm like,
do a Q&A.
You can literally just generate your own meal prep cookbook with 1,000 recipes.
Too much effort, man. So just ask Steve through DM. He gets 500 a day. I'm sure he'll reply. Yeah.
Steve has the best chicken recipe. It'll cost you $10, but he'll tell you what it is.
I just
and you'll
salt chia seeds.
Add salt.
Yeah, add salt chia seeds. Then
maybe a little Frank's.
I don't give a fuck about the flavor, man. I can go out to dinner at the nicest restaurants, pay a little bit more.
Yeah, once you get Jack's flavor, kind of just goes out the window a bit.
What's the point?
The flavor's irrelevant these days.
Sunday, I have a great cheat meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was great.
My Slin tastes good. That's all that matters. Don't care about the food.
Slin will make everything taste good because you're hypo.
Right.
You got to get it in. Oh, this is like life-saving flavor.
You don't like eating breakfast? Do a little Slin, then do cardio, then tell me that you don't like breakfast. Don't do that.
You're sitting there fucking dripping sweat into your oatmeal bowl.
Oh, breakfast never tasted so good after hypocardio.
Yeah.
Holy
Splenda, cinnamon, oatmeal.
Everything. All of the flavor.
Hell yeah. Got half a banana scooped in there. Holy shit, man. You're just sitting there, just...
You know how shit dark chocolate tastes? Wait till you go hypo. And then you add dark chocolate to your cream of rice.
This is the wrong way to do it.
Blueberries, your cinnamon.
The blueberries, okay, but no dark chocolate. You save that for Sunday, for your cheat meal.
I just let a cube dissolve on my tongue. Everything tastes better on Slin. Pro tip,
yeah. Yeah, it does work. MK677 is Slin.
Hey,
you can eat anything.
If you've got a shit appetite, do some Slin. It works. I'm not making it up. It's the most anabolic thing you can use, and everyone's terrified of it. Only morons die from Slin. So if you die from Slin, you're not.
Darwinism takes care of itself.
Natural selection.
Yeah. I took 10 IUs because 10 IUs of GH is, you know.
If you're really scared, just stick with Lantus.
That's pretty doable.
That is impossible. What was the record? 3 pens?
That thing.
3 full pens?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's fine?
Yeah. Still, you could hurt yourself. But
I mean...
Remember, kids, drugs are meant to be respected. Do your research.
And then do them all.
And I know.
Oh, what?
That's only when you're a bodybuilder.
Yeah. In case I'm pretty keen to get big again. That's why I'm a little bit drug focused today.
Mm.
And I don't even do much drugs. My cycle is, as of this week, just testing primo. So nothing too exciting.
So after all these experiments, you come back to what I always preach.
Experiments are experiments, right? They're all short term. Like some of them, short term input wise, a lot of fun, and it has its place. But very usually in a diet scenario, I find most of these experiments are going to be most beneficial in a diet scenario.
Jesus,
the only one I'd say in a growth scenario would probably be the Increlex to stay a little leaner while growing.
Mm-hmm.
And the high growth I thought was completely overkill, but just a good amount of growth.
They have Omnitrope now in Thailand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Link, please.
Discount
Link,
code, please.
Yeah.
I got some in the fridge.
Yeah, but it's just right now I'm just doing, what am I on? 750 test, gram of Primo. And
that's like 2 grams a gear.
Yeah, but I'm 275 now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, come on. Starting, it's a reasonable, for me, that's a dose that I know and have done a bunch of times that I know. That's a good place for me to be
make progress.
Yeah, good spot to make progress.
And then 8 day user growth?
No growth right now. I've got to order some, but no, you just told me that, so that won't take long.
Cheap.
Slin, bit Atlantis, 20 IUs Atlantis, and then I take 10 IUs of Apidra, fast-acting insulin, pre-workout.
Pre-workout, yeah.
That's it. That's it. And I'll do a Ment experiment this week, do a little bit of chest, see how that feels. Just
50
like,
megs.
50 megs, maybe 75 a week. Tops, and just kind of see how it feels. I've just never done it before. A buddy of mine made some, and I'm going to give it a shot, see how that feels.
Literally.
Cycle length, 3 or 4 weeks, tops.
I don't know. No, until you get bored with it. It's an experiment, so maybe you love it and you run it for 16 weeks and you get great results.
I've heard people say, like, after the 4-week mark, it kind of feels like time to pull it out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
I know, all those compounds are off the menu for me. The TRT is the only thing I'm looking at. Yeah, when there's good news, but so far nothing. So
all in good time.
HCG and FSH, man, that's it.
But your numbers are good. It's just a matter of time. And when the stars align.
Oh yeah.
You light an extra candle.
And you see the comments sometimes.
Put a bit of Barry White on.
Steve, why are you talking about all these drugs? You look small.
No, I'm just getting the angles.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I feel small. That's the thing, which is good, because if I feel small now, you know, this is good. This is this is zero effort walking around weight. At 270, 275. Like that's 3 meals a day, just kind of plodding by.
Like, I think if I put the effort in, I'll be like 230 in no time.
Yeah, if you could.
Even if I start eating more, I'll be 230.
Yeah, you blow right back up.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. I think it's just like a natural little equilibrium that kicks in, and people have that weight that they just feel very comfortable walking around at, and it just looks good, feels good, and it's easy to maintain, even with just like barely maintenance food. It just sticks.
100 kilo. I mean, I'm still in caloric restricted, so
but
gotta get lean, man.
Yeah,
gotta get shredded.
Get absolutely inside out.
Yeah,
I need to get inside out, but with 20 extra pounds, and then I'll be good.
Oh, you know what to do.
Yeah. More Slin.
And let's leave it there. Where can people find you? Not on YouTube anymore, right?
Rumble, baby. Rumble. I can say whatever I want. I got banned from the tube for talking about
don't mention the name.
Stuff and from places. So yeah. Here's what it is. So I've started up again fresh on Rumble. You can come and find me there. The channel is called The Muscle Nomads.
Oh, really?
It's not Bodybuilding with Aaron. Bodybuilding with Aaron is just me and my Instagram. But I like Muscle Nomads because the idea that we're all muscle nomads on this, you know, at least the ones that of us that are traveling around the world. Right. And most bodybuilders travel around the world at some point.
Right.
We're all muscle nomads. We are OG muscle nomads.
True.
But, you know, there's going to be some other people that jump on, do interviews and things like that with their various different stories from different parts of the industries, interesting conversations. I'll put some training stuff up there as well. Just bits and bobs. But yeah, Muscle Nomads on Rumble. You'll find me there. You'll also find me as Bodybuilding with Aaron on Instagram, of course. That's it then.
Cool. Peace out, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.